If you're gonna disarm an armed robber, the #1 requirement is a willingness to go with everything you have. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson from England. Here we're gonna see a man step into an armed robbery as a third party. And he's gonna teach us some important lessons about whether to get involved in an armed robbery as a third party, and if you choose to, about practicing the 5 Ds effectively to protect yourself. So this man walks in just that quick and he's got a gun in his hand and he announces an armed robbery. And we see this lady who's a clerk. She doesn't have the attitude, the skills, and the plan to stop this guy. Would have been very difficult at any rate. And so she complies. And you can see her putting money in his bag there. And she's just totally compliant. Guy has a gun. I don't know if that gun was real or if it was fake, but thankfully she complies. Now this other guy walks in and kind of jumps in on this ambush, and the guy kind of ignores him, and so this guy decides to get after him and does a really good job. You see him with 2-on-1 there. He ends up taking the gun away from the guy, then going back after him and stuffing him in the corner here. Now he's going to get some incredible dominance with his leverage. We're going to see him get head and arm control here in just a second. Great hip toss there, and then he's going to hold him down until the police arrive, and this guy's going to jail. It ends that quick. Let's go back and learn some lessons. There are 8 more on our website. Make sure you click the link in the description for that and news stories and all that stuff. But let's talk about some of the most important ones here. And the first one is compliance. If you don't have the attitude, the skills, and the plan to fight against an armed robber, then your best bet is compliance. Now, I'm not saying that's a great option, but it might be the only option that you have, and you can just give them the stuff, and that's a perfectly acceptable solution. Now, when this guy walks in, this is something we could all be susceptible to. You know, you open the door to a store, and all of a sudden you walk into an armed robbery, and what do? Would have been a perfectly acceptable answer here to shut that door, get out of the danger zone, get on the phone with the authorities, and get 911 on the line. But this guy decides not to do that because he sees this armed robbery, feels like he can do something. So you see him first start to jump in, and you can tell that his first priority here is to control that gun hand. He's practicing the 5 Ds plus 1. He's going to control the distance by stepping in. Then we're going to see that deflect. That gun is not pointed at him, so it's already deflected. Then dominate, and now the best bet here is to distract. You can see he's got 2-on-1, so he's got great dominance. But unless you want to have a strength fight with somebody, you want to do something to distract them. You want to cause them some pain, break something on them, get them thinking about something else other than the tool that they've got in their hand. And if you don't do that, then you're going to have to fight them for it by strength. This guy does a good distract, you know, by backing him into the wall, and then he's able to take the gun away from him. So now we have that distract, then disarm, and once you've got him disarmed, now you got to turn to the disabled so they can't hurt you. And you can see him turn right into him here and go after his face, turns right back into him, doesn't continue to give up his back. You can tell this guy definitely has some significant fighting skills. And attacking someone's face, especially from close distance, using your fingers into their eyes and those kind of things, incredibly important. Now, I don't know what this guy's trained in or whatever, but clearly he's got some, because he's going to get some pretty good head and arm control here and send him on his way with a very nice hip toss. So having those kind of entangled gunfight skills, entangled fighting skills in general, whether that's judo or jiu-jitsu or wrestling or whatever, incredibly important as a self-defender so that you've got the skills to handle those kind of fights so that you can protect yourself and cover your asp.